Open Range is more than just a Western film. It is a story of dedication, respect, authenticity, and creative vision. From Robert Duvall's determination to Kevin Costner's humility and bold decisions, every behind-the-scenes detail adds depth to the movie's legacy. Below is a rewritten version of the given content without skipping any idea, followed by clearly organized points for better understanding. Instead of stepping away for long, Duvall took only a short rest and firmly insisted on returning to work as quickly as possible, determined not to delay production. His determination impressed the entire crew, who modified the filming schedule so he could continue acting without making his injury worse. Several of his scenes were shot while he was still in recovery. Even so, his performance remained steady and powerful. The determination and inner strength he showed in real life naturally flowed into his role as Boss Spearman, bringing genuine authenticity to the character's quiet resilience. Viewers watching the movie had no awareness of the pain he was enduring, but understanding the reality makes his on-screen presence even more extraordinary and a true reflection of his legendary professionalism. In number 18, Costner refused top billing. While Hollywood custom typically places the director star's name above all others, Kevin Costner chose to break that tradition in Open Range. When the studio proposed that his name appear first, he directly declined. He believed Robert Duvall was the true heart of the story and deserved the highest credit. This choice went beyond simple respect. It demonstrated how deeply Costner valued Duvall's talent and wanted audiences to recognize him as the foundation of the film. For an actor of Costner's status to step aside was uncommon, and fans admired the humility behind the gesture. For Duvall, already an iconic figure in cinema, the acknowledgement was both surprising and meaningful. In an industry often driven by ego and contractual demands, this act stood as a powerful example of professional integrity, highlighting the strong bond between the two men as they brought Boss Spearman and Charlie Waite to life. Number 19 focuses on a personal tribute through a dog's name. One of the more heartfelt details Costner added to Open Range was the presence of Tig, the faithful dog seen beside the cattleman. The name carried special meaning. Costner selected it in honor of his grandmother, whose nickname was Tig. It was also the name of his production company, TIG Productions, which supported several of his earlier films. By incorporating this subtle yet meaningful element, Costner created a hidden personal connection within the movie. To viewers, Tig became a gentle but memorable figure, symbolizing loyalty and companionship, qualities that echoed the central themes of friendship and trust among the characters. This tribute revealed Costner's habit of connecting his professional work to his personal life, adding emotional depth to the film. Though easy to overlook, once discovered, this detail brings warmth to the movie's legacy. Number 20 highlights a familiar horse and a respectful nod. Observant fans might recognize something about Charlie Waite's horse in Open Range. It was the same horse Costner had ridden years earlier in Wyatt Earp, subtly linking his Western roles together. For Costner, using the same horse was not only practical but also meaningful, symbolizing his personal journey within the Western genre. Another hidden reference appears in an outhouse scene, serving as a clear tribute to Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven, the film that revitalized Westerns in the 1990s and opened the door for projects like Open Range. Through this acknowledgement, Costner paid respect to the evolution of modern Westerns while positioning his own film within that tradition. These understated references may go unnoticed, but they reward viewers who appreciate discovering connections between classic and contemporary Western storytelling. Number 21 presents storms as a character. The sweeping storms across the prairie in Open Range were not merely background elements. Costner and his team treated them as living presences within the narrative, representing the unpredictability and danger of frontier life. Rather than avoiding harsh weather, the crew embraced it, capturing thunder, heavy rain, and dark skies to intensify the atmosphere. These natural forces paralleled the emotional conflicts experienced by the characters, struggles of morality, survival, and trust. By relying on real weather instead of artificial effects, Costner allowed nature to enhance the film's realism. The storm significantly shaped the mood of the movie, reminding audiences that in the Wild West, human struggles were small compared to nature's overwhelming power. This thoughtful decision added depth rarely seen in Western films. Number 22 reveals a surprising detail about chocolate in the Old West. Amid the grit and gunfights of Open Range, there is a lighter moment when Boss Spearman purchases imported Swiss chocolate. Though subtle, this detail is historically accurate, reflecting trade routes of the late 19th century. While the West is often portrayed as harsh and unforgiving, such luxuries did reach distant towns. This choice was more than decoration. It strengthened the film's authenticity. Costner aimed to immerse audiences fully in the period, and food plays an important role in creating realism. Watching a rugged cattleman enjoy chocolate adds warmth and humanity, balancing the harsher aspects of the story. It reminds viewers that even the toughest individuals valued small pleasures, making the characters more relatable. Number 23 discusses the climactic shootout praised by critics. The final gun battle in Open Range received extraordinary acclaim, with critics describing it as one of the greatest shootouts ever captured on film. Magazines such as Total Film and Guns and Ammo emphasized its realism, noting how it avoided polished Hollywood style in favor of raw authenticity. Rather than carefully choreographed movements, the scene portrayed confusion, hesitation, and sudden violence, likely closer to real frontier conflicts. Costner's decision to present the sequence in real time enhanced its impact. Wide shots established clear geography, while the echoing gunfire intensified the realism. The result was a gripping and immersive scene that elevated Open Range beyond a simple Western narrative and secured its place as a modern classic. Number 24 explains how the gamble succeeded. At a time when many believed slow-burn westerns could not succeed commercially, Open Range proved otherwise. Produced on a modest $22 million budget largely funded by Costner himself, the film earned more than $68 million globally. When westerns were considered financially risky, this achievement was remarkable. The success not only recovered the investment but also restored Costner's reputation following criticism of The Postman. Both audiences and critics were reminded of his ability to combine sweeping visuals with intimate storytelling. The film felt like a revival of classic westerns, yet presented with contemporary realism. Though risky, the decision ultimately confirmed that viewers still appreciated stories centered on loyalty, courage, and redemption. Number 25 describes how the road to Horizon began. For Costner, Open Range represented more than a single film. It served as a foundation for his lifelong ambition. The movie's triumph gave him the confidence and credibility needed to develop Horizon, an American saga exploring westward expansion. This self-financed project reflects the same themes of honor, hardship, and community found in Open Range. Costner has stated that the film's positive reception reignited his passion for authentic frontier storytelling. Without its financial and critical success, Horizon might never have materialized. In this way, Open Range planted the seeds for an expansive vision that continues to extend the Western legacy. When Open Range premiered, many questioned whether audiences still cared about westerns. However, Costner's direction, Duvall's strength, and the dedication of the cast revived the genre with timeless appeal. Its combination of realism, emotional richness, and intense action reminded viewers why Western stories endure. Today, it is regarded as one of the final great traditional westerns, influencing Costner's future projects and inspiring new storytellers to keep the frontier spirit alive. If you enjoyed exploring the deeper story behind Open Range, remember to like and subscribe for more untold stories from film history. Is Open Range truly the last classic western? Share your thoughts in the comments below.